Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott.
And together we're Backyard Musings, broadcasting live Apple Valley, California.
And the Science and Technology channel on YouTube.
Yes. Thank you for adding that YouTube. That's good. Because you might be listening to this in your car, as you're driving. Who knows?
Thank you to those who have viewed and those who have subscribed.
Yes. Thank you so much. I don't know that it helps us yet, but it may help us in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice to know that people are watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do it because we love it. And obviously, you 518 people out there, you love it too.
Well, we appreciate it.
Yeah. So yesterday we talked about, remember Europa Clipper getting the gravity assist
shot
around Mars and did some thermal imaging. Yeah. So here's another thing from Mars we're going to talk about. I think we did a segment on this last year too.
We've talked about
all the water was
times.
In the cracks and stuff way underground. Okay, let's jump in. Scientists have uncovered a seismic signature beneath Mars' surface that hints at something astonishing. Liquid water may still exist in the planet's upper crust. This exciting research comes from an international team of scientists, Dr. Weijia Sun and Dr. Yongxin Pan from the Institute of Geology and Geophysics at the Chinese Academy of Sciences, Dr. Hrvoje Tkalčić from the Australian National, well, that looks Hungarian, that name.
Some kind of
or Turkish.
Yeah. Something.
Australian National University, and Dr. Marco G. Malusà from the University of Milano-Bicocca. Their research was reported in the National Science Review on April 25th, 2025. Would you like to know more? And when we say that's our signature, would you like to know more? That means press subscribe.
Yeah, and if any of those people that Steve just butchered their names or are listening or pay attention.
Sorry.
Let us know. Yeah. Sorry. Let us know and ask. I'd like to know what they call you. Like Dr. T or Dr. M or Dr. W or
Dr.
and I'm not making fun. I'm just saying, obviously those are your names and they're cool, but we're just butchering that kind of stuff. Me especially.
Apologize. We apologize.
Yeah. Liquid water is one of the key ingredients for life, and it plays a vital role in making a planet habitable.
True statement.
Long ago, Mars had plenty of it, especially during its early Noachian and Hesperian periods.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Well, we have a town here close by.
We do Hesperia. Is it named after the town?
I don't know. But when I saw that, I thought
like Noachian, like the flood.
I don't
know.
But Hesperian, I don't know, and maybe we're not pronouncing that correctly, but that's how Hesperia is pronounced here. And it lasted about 3 billion years ago. However, over time, as the planet grew colder and drier during the Amazonian period, which
a forest, was there a forest there?
Or was there
tall women, very strong?
Yeah. Or maybe they had a large material distribution company. I don't know.
Maybe.
Water disappeared from the surface. A major mystery scientists are now trying to solve is whether any of that water still exists underground today, and if so, how deep it lies. Quote, the water involves profound questions about life and humanity's future on the red planet. Dr. Tkalčić. Yeah.
So we were talking about the temperatures yesterday, right? And like domes would be necessary, or going underground. Building underground like moles, right? Moles do that, right? They go first.
Tunnels and stuff, right?
Yeah,
right.
So, so where was I getting to? So we'd be getting into the water if we did that.
Well,
I think depending on how deep.
Could you imagine if there's water all over that planet? If the whole thing is covered and then it's just got crust like pond scum on top of it? I don't know. That would be weird, right?
That's an interesting way of thinking about it, Scott.
Would it just be like a crust?
Yeah.
Would it just be like a crust over, like a dry lake? Have you ever gone out on a dry lake and it looks totally dry, and as soon as you step on the crust of the top crust, you sink because underneath that it's still wet and moist.
Wet mud, yeah.
So anyway.
So no pun intended. To dig into this mystery, the team of geologists and geophysicists turned their focus to the planet's crust. They suspected that its internal structure could hold the key to finding hidden water. Using seismic data from NASA's InSight mission, We talked about InSight too, way last year, like early last year. The scientists analyzed the wave patterns created by two massive meteorite impacts named S1000A and S1094B, and the largest Mars quake ever recorded, S1222A.
Their analysis revealed something remarkable. A zone 5.4 to 8 kilometers deep, where seismic waves slowed down significantly. This slowdown could mean the presence of liquid water at the base of Mars's upper crust.
And I wonder what else it could mean. I mean, there's got to be some other things that it could mean.
Yeah,
I wish they would have gave examples, and the most likely is the water. So this graphic here shows you InSight on the surface, and then it shows like the sediments and stuff underneath, and then water, and then possibility of liquid water. Water ice.
Yeah, and so when I think about crust, like I just said, I'm thinking about like a dry layer on a lake bed, or
well, that's proportionally correct. I mean,
right. But
take
this
the whole
is
planet, it's
obviously
kilometers. Earth, it's probably miles. The crust is miles.
Yeah, I was going to say, in this cutaway, you can tell it's deep. It's not just, you're not going to go out there with your little folding packaway shovel and dig down to the next level.
It would take some decent drilling
boring,
too.
Boring devices and stuff. So
you're bored?
No boring.
Like not interesting devices?
No, like drilling.
Oh, drilling. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Or you could use like a track hoe or something like that to dig down. But
is it my turn?
I think so.
Okay. The team estimated a maximum water content of 520 to 780 meters of global equivalent layer. So around the whole globe, 780 meters thick around the whole globe. Wow. The thickness of water layer uniformly distributed across the entire surface of Mars. Assuming the pores are entirely filled with liquid water. And that's why they went with the 520 to 780. Some pores might not be filled.
Yeah. The research team wants to emphasize that this estimate is based solely on the geophysical inference of the local profile variation of seismic speeds with depth beneath the InSight lander, without accounting for lateral structural variations that we should expect realistically.
Yeah, from like rocks and stuff underneath, granite or whatever.
Yeah, like when you're drilling for anything.
Iron ore.
Yeah, it's not just going to be sand or dirt. Moreover, the hidden volume or water volume estimate does not account for potentially primordial liquid water within the Martian crust. This finding can be validated by future missions equipped with seismometers on Mars.
Yeah. We'll get more equipment there.
Yeah.
The study provides seismic evidence for the presence of substantial liquid water in the upper Martian crust from 5.4 kilometers to 8 kilometers deep. So you got to get down 5 kilometers. Like when we were talking about the deep oceans, the deepest part going down is those trenches, remember?
Yeah, where they found all those weird creatures.
With the predators, yeah. That garnered a lot of views too. And strange enough, remember we did the herring, the Norwegian herring or the Baltic Bering Sea herring?
Yeah.
That got a lot of views too.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? All right, back to Mars.
Right.
These findings offer critical insights into the Martian water cycle and the evolution of its habitable environments, and lay a crucial foundation for future research on the exploration of Martian life and possibly how we're going to live on that planet if we get there.
Well, we're not going to, but somebody, somebody will be, and I would hope that when the time comes and they can, prove that it's pretty safe and habitable, then people would jump on that.
I think we need
adventurers, the pioneers.
We need to inhabit the moon first. We need to put a habitat up there with a community, maybe a dome city. That's got to go first before we try and settle Mars. We got to test it. We
got to get there. We got to get closer, right? We got to set up a command post closer than Earth. So
like a launching.
That would be the ticket. Yeah.
Remember we talked about if we got water on the moon, we could split into oxygen and hydrogen. The hydrogen could be fuel pellets for fusion engine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's slow, but it's a process.
Yep.
We're getting there.
Yep. We love it. This is going to be cool.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you in the afternoon.
Take care, everyone. We'll talk to you.